Boil over. To become extremely angry or agitated. Synonym for boil over. Explode, rage, seethe, fume, storm, burst out. The argument eventually boiled over into a heated confrontation. His frustration began to boil over when his colleagues kept interrupting him during the meeting. The simmering tension between the two co-workers finally boiled over, resulting in a heated argument. Lash out. To express anger or frustration by attacking verbally or physically. Synonym for lash out. Attack, strike out, retaliate, snap, react, respond aggressively. When provoked, he tends to lash out at those around him. Feeling overwhelmed, he lashed out at his co-workers for their incompetence. She lashed out at her friend in anger, regretting her harsh words later. Blow up. To explode in anger or lose one's temper suddenly. Synonym for blow up. Explode, lose one's temper, rage, erupt, flare up, fly into a rage. The boss blew up when he discovered the mistake in the report. Don't blow up over such a small mistake. It's not worth getting so angry about. After weeks of frustration, he finally blew up at his colleague during the meeting. Fly off the handle. To become suddenly and uncontrollably angry. Synonym for fly off the handle. Lose one's cool. Go berserk, go ballistic, have a meltdown, freak out, blow a fuse. He tends to fly off the handle whenever someone questions his authority. She flew off the handle when her brother borrowed her car without asking. He flew off the handle when he heard the news about the project delays. Vent frustration. To release or express anger or irritation. Synonym for vent frustration. Express anger, release anger, let off steam, blow off steam, unload, air grievances. He often vents his frustration by going for a long run after a stressful day at work. Sometimes it's healthy to vent your frustration rather than keeping it inside. Instead of keeping it bottled up, she decided to vent her frustration by talking to a friend. Go off on someone. To suddenly become angry and criticize or berate someone. Synonym for go off on someone. Rant at, berate, scold, chastise, dress down, chew out. When he arrived late again, his boss went off on him in front of the whole team. I didn't mean to upset her, but she went off on me for no reason. He went off on his colleagues after the project deadline was missed. See red. To become extremely angry or enraged. Synonym for see red. Become enraged, lose one's temper, boil with anger, see black, go ballistic, fly into a rage. Whenever he hears that particular insult, he sees red and loses his temper. She saw red when her coworker took credit for her idea in the meeting. The constant delays made him see red, and he demanded immediate action. Boil with rage. To be intensely angry or furious. Synonym for boil with rage. seethe with anger, burn with rage, fume, rage, storm, be beside oneself with anger. The unfair treatment made her boil with rage, but she kept her composure. As he listened to the lies, he boiled with rage, but managed to keep his composure. She boiled with rage when she discovered her partner had been cheating on her. Snap at. To react sharply or angrily in response to something. Synonym for snap at. Retort, bark at, bite, react sharply, speak sharply, snarl. He snapped at his colleague when asked about the overdue report. She snapped at her children when they kept interrupting her while she was working. Feeling stressed, he snapped at his colleague for asking a simple question. Storm out. To leave a place abruptly and angrily. Synonym for storm out. Stomp out, march out, walk out, leave abruptly, exit angrily, flounce out. Fed up with the argument, she stormed out of the room and slammed the door behind her. After the argument, he stormed out of the meeting room. He stormed out of the meeting after disagreeing with the decision made by the board. Bear a grudge. To harbor resentment or anger towards someone over time. Synonym for bear a grudge. Harbor resentment, hold a grudge, nurse a grudge, carry a grudge, hold a resentment, keep a grudge. He bears a grudge against his former boss for passing him over for a promotion. She's still bearing a grudge against her sister for ruining her favorite dress years ago. She tends to bear a grudge when she feels wronged. Ola razamman. To keep feelings of anger or bitterness over a past incident. Synonym for ola razamman. Nurse a resentment, harbor ill feelings, bear a grudge, keep a grudge, hold a grudge, feel bitter. Despite their apology, he still holds a resentment towards them for their past behavior. She holds a resentment towards her parents for favoring her sibling over her during childhood. It's not healthy to hold a resentment. It's better to address the issue. Take offense. To feel insulted or hurt by someone's words or actions. Synonym for take offense. Feel insulted, feel affronted, be offended, feel hurt, feel slighted, take umbrage. She took offense when her colleague criticized her work in front of the team. He took offense at the criticism and decided to confront his supervisor. He took offense at her comment and stormed out of the room. Let off steam. To release pent-up energy, frustration, or anger. Synonym for let off steam. Vent, release tension, blow off steam, unwind, relax, decompress. Going for a run helps him let off steam after a stressful day. Instead of arguing, they decided to play a game of basketball to let off steam. After a long day of meetings, he went to the gym to let off steam. Bristle with anger. To show visible signs of irritation or anger. Synonym for bristle with anger. Fume, seethe, rage, burn with anger, be furious, boil with rage. His face bristled with anger when he heard the accusation. She bristled with anger at the unfair treatment she received from her manager. His father bristled with anger when he found out about his son's reckless behavior. Hold one's temper. To control or restrain one's anger. Synonym for hold one's temper. Control oneself. Keep one's cool. Remain calm. Suppress anger. Manage anger. Exercise restraint. Despite the provocation, she managed to hold her temper during the meeting. Despite the provocation, he managed to hold his temper and respond calmly. She struggled to hold her temper during the heated argument, but eventually succeeded. Grind one's teeth. To clench or grind one's teeth as a physical expression of anger. Synonym for grind one's teeth. Gnash one's teeth, clench one's teeth, grit one's teeth, bite down, chomp down, tighten one's jaw. He started to grind his teeth in frustration during the intense negotiation. As he listened to the criticism, he began to grind his teeth in frustration. She couldn't help but grind her teeth as her annoying coworker kept interrupting her presentation. Bite someone's head off. To respond to someone angrily or with sharp criticism. Synonym for bite someone's head off. Snap at, retort sharply, react angrily, respond curtly, bark at, rebuke abruptly. Don't bite my head off. I was just trying to help. She didn't appreciate being interrupted and bit his head off. When she asked him a simple question, he bit her head off, making her regret speaking up. Steam with anger. To be visibly or metaphorically filled with intense anger. Synonym for steam with anger. Boil with rage, seethe with anger, burn with fury, rage, fume, simmer with wrath. She steamed with anger when she discovered her roommate had eaten her leftovers without asking. His ears turned red, and he steamed with anger as he listened to the accusations. His face was steaming with anger as he confronted his coworker about the mistake. Clench fists. To tighten or close one's hands in a fist as a physical manifestation of anger. Synonym for clench fists. Tighten fists, grip fists, clasp hands, ball fists, squeeze fists, make fists. He clenched his fists tightly to control his anger when his brother insulted him. He clenched his fists, trying to control the urge to react impulsively. She clenched her fists in frustration as she listened to the unfair criticism. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.